So you want to know what sucks? When you're trying to eat healthy and you find out that something that you thought was healthy actually isn't. Years ago when I was doing keto for the first time, I was losing weight. My body does well with low carb, no carb. It responds really well to that. But I was still fluffy, right? I was still looking puffy and fluffy, and I was working out all the time, and I was eating healthy, and I could not figure it out. Well, I didn't know then what I know now. Seed oils. Seed oils are highly processed, they oxidize easily, and they mess up your omega-3, omega-6 balance. Guess what that messes with? Your hormones. Also, did you know that the very thing that causes cancer is chronic inflammation? Let that sink in. And seed oils are one of the biggest culprits in our modern day food supply, causing inflammation. So what was the food that I found out that I thought was healthy when I was doing keto and actually wasn't? Well, it's ranch. If you turn over a bottle of ranch, you can see it right there. The very first ingredient is soybean oil. That means there is more soybean oil by weight in this container than any other ingredient because it's the first ingredient. And if we go 1, 2, 3, 4 more ingredients down the list, it's sugar. So 2 of the highest volume ingredients in this bottle of ranch are soybean oil and sugar. You would look at the nutrition facts and you would think, oh, it only has 2 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, which is great if you're doing keto or carnivore, and everything else is pretty good, right? So you would look at those macros and you would say, this fits keto, this fits carnivore. But when you look at the actual ingredients, you realize there are things in it that you should not be putting in your body. Same thing with the ranch dip packets, okay? If you turn that over, the very first ingredient is maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a super cheap, which is why they put it in stuff, filler, and it also makes things mix easily. But here's what maltodextrin does. It spikes your blood sugar, but it doesn't count as sugar on the nutrition facts. There's only 1 gram of carbs in this packet. So if that same amount of maltodextrin in there was switched out for sugar, there would be a massive amount of carbs in here. So maltodextrin is super sneaky because people are, again, they're looking at these nutrition facts, 5 calories and 1 gram of carbs and no anything else, right? So somebody on keto or carnivore could pick this up and say, yeah, that doesn't mess with my macros, right? But the first ingredient is maltodextrin, which spikes your blood sugar, right? Which can throw you straight out of ketosis. So you guys, you've got to read the ingredients. The nutrition facts label is not enough anymore. You have to read the actual ingredients. And if it's got seed oils, stay away. If it's got maltodextrin, stay away. If it's got sugar, stay away. Don't put those things in your body. Now, here's the good news, okay? It always sucks to find out that something you thought was healthy actually isn't. You shouldn't be putting it in your body, right? And that is exactly why I created Dad's Ranch, because I knew there had to be a way to have a ranch-styled dip and to have that kind of flavor with my meat and not have to be putting maltodextrin or seed oils and sugar in my body. And I was right. And on the 3rd try, I came up with what is in this packet. And you know what? It tastes better than both of these. And I'm not saying that because it's mine. I've gotten several people writing into me saying exactly that on their own. It's been incredible. You know what's in this for ingredients? And this just proves my point. What's in this for ingredients is sea salt and spices. Our proprietary spice blend. And there's 5 spices in that. That's it. Now, when you mix this with Daisy sour cream, there's only 2 clean ingredients in Daisy sour cream, and then the optional apple cider vinegar to give it some kick. 8 ingredients. 8 ingredients. You can pronounce all of them and they're all completely clean. No fillers, no sugars, no sweeteners, no additives like maltodextrin, no seed oils, none of that. So you can have flavor and an enjoyable eating experience without falling off the clean eating wagon. All you need is some Dad's Ranch. And there will be other flavors coming behind this, but here's what we got to do, guys. We got to give this some more dollar votes. I want to change the landscape of clean eating. That's my vision behind this brand. But I need you guys' help to help me do that. Because every time we go to the store and we spend our hard-earned dollars on this stuff, we're telling the industry we want more of that. Every dollar we spend on this stuff is a vote. But if we start spending those same dollars on clean things, like Dad's Ranch, we're telling the industry, no, we actually don't want that other stuff. We want more of that. And guess what? Then we'll be able to get this into stores, right? Then we'll be able to get this into distributors, right? But it's going to take dollar votes from you guys. I can't do the clean eating revolution all by my lonesome. I need dollar votes from all the people out there who care about eating clean. That's what brought this to market, because I know there have got to be a bunch of other people out there just like me who have a hard time sticking with clean eating because it gets so boring, it gets so dull. This was created to help with that. And it's been an absolute game changer for me. I am on day 68 of carnivore, and I don't have that fluffiness that I had back when I was still eating seed oils and things like that that are in your store-bought ranches. I don't have any of that. I've leaned out a ton in the last 2 months, and it's because I don't have that inflammation anymore. My fingers, I can feel it when I clasp them together. My fingers are skin and bone. They're not puffy like they used to be, right? My wedding ring slides up and down, right? Easily, freely. It wasn't that way 2 months ago. It was like it was on there tight. Right now there's all this space. I'm telling you, you will experience those same differences as well if you get away from these sneaky ingredients that you've been putting in your body. Become aware of that and start casting your dollar votes for these kinds of things. That's going to tell the market and going to tell the industry, hey, we don't want that junk. We want more of this kind of stuff. I want this to be a brand that clean eaters can go to and they know automatically the ingredients are clean and safe, because we are never going to put any of that kind of stuff in our products. Never. That's the whole reason this exists. So I need you guys' help. Go to dadsranch.com, and if you A, love flavor, or B, care about eating clean, or C, both of those, I'm telling you, this is your ticket. Join the clean eating revolution.